So you want to get better aim, probably because it looks like this.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Well, I'm going to show you some tips to get better aim, and by the end of this video your aim will get better instantly. This tip is very simple, but often overlooked. What you want to do is go to Training Grounds. Once you're in, press Edit Controls, and turn your aim and movement joystick as small as possible. The reasoning behind this is that with bigger joysticks it's hard to make quick and precise plays. Turning your joystick smaller will make it easier to switch through opponents or make quick plays. Next tip is stop auto-aiming. Don't get me wrong, there are some brawlers you can auto-aim with. I will put the brawlers you can and can't auto-aim with on screen. You need to stop auto-aiming. What is making your aim bad is that you auto-aim every time you start missing shots. Auto-aiming is just going to make your aim worse. Practice makes perfect. It's okay to miss shots while you practice your aim. The only times you should auto-aim is when you're using a close range or are close to someone. Otherwise, don't auto-aim. Keep regularly aiming and you will get out of the bad habit of auto-aiming. This one is not a tip, it's more of a reminder. Don't rush your shots. Try to get used to aiming first. After you're used to it, you can start trying to get your aim faster. Now we are moving on to more advanced tips. Predicting. Another reason you could be missing shots is because you try aiming at your opponent. Instead, try aiming at where you think your opponent will go. This is because your attacks take a while to get across. Aiming at where your opponent will go ensures that you hit them. Try to adapt to how they move around and use that your advantage. This will ensure you hit more shots. Which brings us to the next tip. Snapping. Snapping is when you shoot and then you quickly shoot again right next to where you just shot. This makes it so you do twice the damage and is really effective. Practice this in real games or in training grounds. A lot of pros use this technique. I'm going to use this in a real game to show how effective it is. Most opponents move to the right when they get shot. Use this to predict where they are going. This is another example of why it's important to use this. Here I shot him once instead of snapping. I would have killed him if I would have snapped. Snapping doesn't only work with snipers, it works with most brawlers. So use this with most brawlers you use. And when you master it, you will win a lot more games. And will have a better time fighting people off. Next up is controlling. Controlling is all about using your attacks and movement to get your opponent to move in a certain direction. It's best used with, you guessed it, controllers. If you don't know what controllers are, you can see what type of brawler they are right below the name. Or you can click here. Click class. And now you can see every different type of brawler. For me, the best controller is Amber. You don't need to use her for this tip. I'm going to use this game to show how to use this technique. Notice here how I'm pushing the opponents back. The goal is to push the opponents back until they get in a place where they can't go away from me anymore to finish the game. After a lot of pressure, I got the Poco backed up in a corner. Notice here how I pushed him towards the buzz. The best way to control the map is to deal as much damage to the enemy team and keep doing that while pushing towards them. If they don't back up, they will die. This is really effective for 3v3 game modes. I see this being best in gem grab, so prioritize using it there. Last is lean on. Lean on is basically moving in the direction where you're shooting at. Move to the upper right or upper left. If the enemy is in front of you, then lean backwards. You need to have fast movement for this. You might ask, why is this important? I'm going to demonstrate with this alt. Imagine you're in this situation. People would expect you to move here and connect their shots, so changing your movement by leaning to the direction of your shot can be useful. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And if you liked this video, consider subscribing. If I missed anything, tell me in the comments.